Welcome back to Uncle Benny's Garage, the best little hobby channel on YouTube. We got something new starting this week, something big. If you saw the thumbnail, whatever that's going to be, I'm sure you already know, we're doing a brand new garden train, a new train planter, a new flower bed with a train in it. Maybe multiple trains. We don't know yet. It's a big project. There's a lot of little projects that have to happen to make this whole thing go. Where is this going to go, you might ask? Well, it's going to go in the Oasis. There's sides of the Oasis you see and sides you don't see very much because there's not a lot there. I show you the train planter. I show you the fire pit area. I show you the patio, as messy as it is. Show you the camper, the garden pavers, everything. During all those projects, there's a side of the yard that everything else gets shoveled to, and that's where we're working on now. It's along the back wall. There's going to be a lot of steps to this. There's prepping the whole area. There's a lot of dirt to move. There's a tree stump we got to get rid of. After that, there's a wall that we have to repair. There's a lot of damage to it. Hopefully by then we'll know what size and shape planter we're going to build. And then we got to run electricity and plumbing and get all that going. There's probably going to be stuff to buy. We've got track, we've got electronics, we've got plants, who knows. The first step has been all this week I've been shoveling dirt. And the dirt confuses a lot of people. They think I'm digging a pool or something. The dirt came from all the other projects like the pavers and everything else. Every time we shovel up dirt, we've been stacking it in the back of the yard. And all the dirt that's back there is not all the dirt there was. We filled a 10-yard dumpster. I took a couple truckloads to the dump. This is just what's left. And what we're doing is sifting it into the wheelbarrow and then storing it because the dirt is going to go back into the planter when we're ready. And then the gravel that we sift out of it, we're going to use for all the gravelly parts, like the foundation and all that stuff. I mean, we got to do something with it, and this way at least it might save us a couple bucks.
It's warm. What does that say? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to show you what we got going on over here. If you watched any of the old paver videos from a long time ago, you've seen me sifting the dirt before. I put the dirt over the sifter into the wheelbarrow. That takes out all the big gravel, the big rocks over here. And then what I'm left with is dirt. I go over here because I'm going to need dirt to put back in the planter, and I'm going to need gravel around the foundation and other stuff. And I mean, I could haul this all away, but I still got to shovel it out and shovel the new stuff back in. So that's why we're doing this. Down here, let me get down here. So a long time ago, whoever had this house decided they wanted to redo the backyard. And instead of doing anything real, they just laid down fabric and then dumped a truckload of like paver base over it. And then years later, after that, somebody else did the same thing. And then whoever bought the house and flipped it to us, they did the same thing. There's 3 layers of the fabric all around this yard. You might not be able to see in the shadows, but trust me, it's there. And it's been that way throughout. Over there, everywhere. And you know you're getting close to another fabric layer because there'll be like a maroon. And that's the color of that pea gravel paver base stuff that they put down. Because here's the thing is, this is supposed to be a 6-foot wall. I'm not quite 6 feet tall. That's how high this yard has been built up over the years. So we're taking it down to the base, and then we're digging it down just a little bit more so we can put the stuff back in. And I'm still probably going to put a row of bricks on this wall just to move it back up. Here's the other thing now we're seeing is because there's a wall now that's been covered up by dirt for so long, you got this moisture coming through. It's the same thing that was over there when I did the camper parking, and a little bit over here. We're going to have to do a lot of repair on the bottom of the wall once we get all this dirt out of here. There's some that are completely cracked, but then there's a lot of this moisture damage. And I used a couple different products. One I like, one I don't. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. Wall repair is going to be later. Right now, we're still dealing with the dirt. I'm a dirty boy. Outdoor kitty, Tiger Poof, has come over to see what I'm up to. She likes to come over and see what I'm doing. She won't let me pet her, but she likes food and she's interested.
When I'm not shoveling, I've been wandering around the backyard, talking to myself, thinking about what this is gonna look like. 1 train, 2 trains, 3 trains, who knows? Materials? I don't know. We could do old rustic wood, like over there. We could do bricks, like the original train over there. Maybe something that ties the two together, completes the whole yard. Before we decide that, we got to come up with the size and shape and figure out exactly what kind of flower bed, planter thing we're going to do. And this is where I need you guys, because I have some ideas, but I want to hear your ideas. And here's the space we're dealing with, okay? From down there, next to the urban jungle, herb garden, all right, all the way over here to this corner, that's 47 feet. Now, we're probably not going to be going the whole 47 feet. We're going to do 35, maybe. There'll be a little space down there to move around. That's good. And then down here on this wall, from the corner, okay, to the bougainvillea, the end of that flower bed, it's about 15 feet. Okay, we're not going to go all that way. We're probably going to go about 10. So I have 5 feet left. I think the control center area is going to be over there. Could be at the other end, but we're closer to the power and stuff at this end. Either way, that. So now out from the wall, see that? Still got to have room for a path along here, right? So we're really only coming out 6.5 feet. Maybe 7. I'm not sure. We don't want to ruin the whole yard by too much. You know what I mean? So it's a good sized space. It's a lot bigger than we had for the first one. But it's still pretty narrow. I think the skinniest turn on the track is like 4.5 feet. So maybe we have 1, we could have 2, could have a couple lines, maybe a third line in there, maybe a little loop like the top of that one. It's a little overwhelming at this point, all the planning involved. But yeah, that's what we got for space. So we're 10 feet down this wall. Probably come out, right? And there'll be like a L. And then down the wall, about 35 feet. It could be 1 planter, right? It could be 2 with like a space in the middle, like a bridge maybe, something. Maybe there'll be a water feature. Maybe there'll be levels, layers, I don't know. So let me know what you think. All you good designers out there, all you layout engineers, let me know. And before we decide on all that, I gotta keep digging. You know, I made this thing when we first got the house, and I was starting all the pavers, and I had to, you know, shovel, sift, all the bunch of dirt and rocks and stuff, and I was like, you know what, if this lasts 2 weeks, that'll be fine. Well, here it is years later. It's been through all the pavers, through the fire pit, through over there, through the whole cart path, parts of the front yard, and very minimal maintenance. So I gotta screw back on these parts that have fallen off. Hey, what is this? Look at this treasure. There's some kind of pipe, some kind of PVC pipe next to the wall. Buried underground bunker, covered over swimming pool. I don't know.
People find those things in their backyards, right? Probably nothing like that, but it'd be interesting to see what that is, if it leads anywhere or if it's just trash. One of the most important parts of any kind of home project is having the support of your partner. And she makes me a wonderful breakfast while I'm out here. Which brings me to an important point. Any big project, any kind of house project, anything that involves your partner, one of the most important ingredients is their support on it. I asked her, I said, "Hey, Joan, would you be opposed to more trains in the backyard?" And she's like, "No, of course not. I love the train. Why would you even ask?" And I was like, "Well, I just wanted to make sure and everything, because as supportive as she is, you don't want to push that. You don't want to push it too far." All right. Coming along. I know this all looks like a mess. It's part of the process. Part of the process. Okay, I had to take a little break. Outdoor kitty is over there. She's inspecting the area. I have spent months trying to gain this cat's trust. And she's over there. Oh, okay, she's leaving. Never mind. Back to work. Hey, the mystery pipe? Not much of a mystery.
And there's stuff I got to get. If I wait till the very end of this to go searching for track, I'm going to spend $1 million on track. So I've already gone on eBay and I've started trying to look for cheap, old LGB track to match the track I have. I've also got to learn some stuff. There's a different kind of control system I want to use, I think. So I got to start learning about that. I got to find out what components I need to do this. I know there's a lot of people out there that are better layout designers than I am. With the space I have back there, what would you do? Remember, it's got to be a garden as well as a train. Lots of plants in the garden. There's lots of trains in the garden. Maybe water features, maybe one planter, maybe multiple planters. I don't know. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you're as excited about this project as I am, and I hope you follow along as we do this, and it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be great. Cheers. Buried underground bunker.